Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. I'm going to do a crime hour. We're going to see what crime wants to be exposed right now. It's general, okay, so take what resonates. Some parts may resonate, others may not. It could be past, present, or future, all right? You will know best how this fits on your timeline for you. And with that being said, let's just get into it and see what the angels want to expose today. What crime needs to be exposed today? Let's see. What's going on? Oh, the Emperor and Judgment wants to come out. Okay, I'll take those. What's that? The Nine of Pentacles. And we have the Ten of Pentacles, all right? So Judgment, there's judgment here. And with an Emperor, someone is making a decision, or this is a boss. This has something to do with a lot of money, Ten of Pentacles. And somebody trying to walk away and leave something behind. Okay, something about an inheritance or generational wealth or a lot of money. So let's see, why is Judgment here? Why is Judgment here today? The Six of Wands, victory and success. With the King of Cups and his messages. All right, so we're getting into this one and all the crimes here with this King of Cups in reverse and their messages and how they thought they would have victory and success with their messages, but no, they're under judgment. All right, okay, why is the Emperor here? Because of a broken family, okay? Or this is a father figure. The Fool that took a leap of faith, that took this risk because of losing family or a broken family. Okay, so it's this, the Three of Swords. I was just going to say, it's this person again from all these past readings here where this is someone that wanted revenge for a broken family, or for them feeling like they lost their family or their family was taken away from them, acting out of pain and heartbreak here and revenge. So what's the Ten of Pentacles? The Six of Cups in reverse, bad memories of the past, a bully, someone that refuses to grow up, okay? Temperance angel is here protecting you from this person. The Magician. Yeah, this has to do with some sort of manifestation. Let's see what this is. Okay, tell me more about this King of Cups being under judgment. They're under judgment because of this illusion that they try to create, okay? Or because they're absolutely delusional. The Eight of Cups in reverse, they just refuse to walk away from something, all right? Or they try to create an illusion around abandonment, right? So this is like someone that is delusional because they walked away from their own family dynamic, or they abandoned something and now they want revenge because they want to claim that it was taken away from them or something like that. It's the same person that doesn't take any accountability for their role that they played in something, okay? Absolutely delusional. King of Swords wants to come out. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the King of Swords came out in the last reading as well. Something about overcoming bad health, overcoming poverty, coming out of debt, coming out of hard times, okay? It backfired. It's backfiring on him now, or him, them. The Nine of Cups, yeah, because this person's in their ego, okay? Or they didn't want the truth to come out. They want the truth to come out about what this all was about, which was selfishness, their own desires, their own arrogance, their own wish fulfillment. It's all about them. They're very self-centered, arrogant, selfish, self-absorbed, delusional, okay? And now they're under judgment for this. Their actions, yeah, for feeling like something belongs to them or something that they have in their possession. Okay, what's that? The Hanged Man, now they're stuck. Now they're stuck. What is this they have in their possession? Or they want to hold on to something. They want to hold on to control. They had an expectation, okay? Yeah, this is all about what this King of Cups was expecting, because they feel like something belongs to them, right? So this is kind of like, let's say it's a father or it's someone in a family that walks away from their own family, or they abandon their own children, right? Or their own child, but they feel like the child belongs to them, so they have the right to come back and create an illusion to make something go their way, because they have this expectation that something belongs. It's that level of delusion. They're hurt about something. They want revenge. So they come back around, try to make your life a living hell so that they can take back what they feel like is theirs. Okay, that's this person. And now they're stuck. Oh, look at that. Pathway in reverse. And you want to know where this flew? Straight on top of judgment. This person's pathway is blocked. It's over. It's not going anywhere because they're under judgment. All right? I'm not sure. We'll see if it's in the 3D. Okay? I'm pretty sure it is. Or if it's just in the spiritual, but it's definitely over for them. It's not going anywhere. All right? They're stuck. Path is blocked for them. Okay? Tell me about this Emperor. Main female in reverse. They tried to make themselves look like the doting father. That's what I'm getting. All right. A sudden wealth. It's all about some sort of money, or they're connected to some sort of child. And the other thing is, look, this could even be someone like a father, like an absent father, right? Somebody that's been gone for years. Okay. And all of a sudden, when they hear about an inheritance or they hear about money, that's when they come back. That's when they want the child all of a sudden. That's when they want, or, they just want the child and they want you out of the way because they want some revenge or something like that, right? Just flip it however it is for you. If you're a man going through this, then just take it how it resonates, okay? There's an Emperor here and a King of Cups and a King of Swords. That's why it appears to be a masculine acting this way, right? But just take it how it resonates, okay? The Knight of Swords communicated something about some sort of money. A Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Their side chick, or their wingman, or their girlfriend, or whoever this is, right? This main female in reverse. This Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This unhinged, unstable, karmic, connected to this King of Cups in reverse. Okay, this power couple here that made a really bad choice, no pathway for them, okay, missed opportunity, can't take action now, because they want to receive something. Yeah, they're so greedy, really. They're lovers, okay, so they're in a relationship with each other. A greedy person, look at that. Wealthy man in reverse. So this is someone that they don't have any money. They don't have a stable job. They're greedy, make horrible financial decisions. They wanted to come out of poverty this way, all right? They thought this would solve their financial problems. So this is kind of like an absent father, okay, or an absent parent that doesn't feel like paying child support. So they think, well, I'd rather just get rid of you completely and then I won't have to pay anything, right? Or, oh, I heard that child is connected to money, okay? So I'm going to get the child so that I can get the money from the child, right? That's this. That's this. This is a whack job, all right? Photographs, a heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, missing you, nostalgia, photographs. All right, so this is someone that misses you, misses someone, wants to be reunited with love. All right, some sort of photographs, screenshots, whatever that is, okay? They're heartbroken. So they feel like their family was destroyed. Their family was taken from them. They don't have family. So now they want you to feel the same thing, or they want to do the same thing to you, okay? Basically. A breakup. They feel like they were disconnected from their soulmate, from their partnerships, from their connections. They're heartbroken by this, all right? And the thing is, though, they're blaming it on you, even though they did it to themselves, all right? A mirror. Yeah, they need to look in the mirror. All right. King of Cups in reverse. Look in the mirror because you did it to yourself. Nobody did this to you. You did this to yourself. You need to look in the mirror. They don't look in the mirror though. That's why they're coming after you. Okay. That's what they should be doing, but that's not what they do. So what's the Ten of Pentacles? A false person in reverse. Now they're exposed. Now they're exposed. Now everybody can see what kind of a person they are, okay? And that thoughts and how they thought of this plan and that this was their master plan and how they wanted this, some sort of 10 of Pentacles, money, okay, whatever that is, generational wealth and inheritance, how they try to manifest this. But there was no death. There was no ending. There was no coffin. Oh, you want to know what this even is giving me? This is like a disgusting ex that tries to take out like a life insurance policy on you or something like that. Yeah, that's what this is giving me, honestly. A King of Cups main male here in messages. It's like them wanting the child, thinking that they can get rid of you, taking out life insurance policy on you, and thinking that they'll get the child then. Or thinking that the child is connected to an inheritance, and when they take you out, the child gets the inheritance, and that means they get it. Yeah, it's something like that. This person is so fucked up in the brain, really, that there's no words to describe this. Oh, they're just stupid. Okay, well, that's perfect. Perfect way of describing that one. Stupid, reckless, foolish, take stupid risks. Yeah, they're just foolish and stupid, okay? That's a good way to sum it up. And they thought that they could hold on to the star. They feel like this belongs to them. This is their wish fulfillment, and it belongs to them, okay? They feel like this child, this star, this wish, it's theirs. It's mine, and it's not yours, all right? Six of Wands in reverse, it's not. It doesn't belong to you, okay? And you're actually defeated and you actually lost, all right? Defeated. You lost. Deal with it. And this has to do with a Page of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. So something about a Queen of Wands, something on a phone or a payment, a purchase, an investment, a bribe, okay, in a business. So we'll see what that is. Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing, criminal, thief, manipulator, gaslighter, criminal, all right? And they just don't want to appear that way. Look, they've done everything they possibly can to make it look like they're not connected to this. They didn't do this. They're not the one behind all of this, okay? They're not the one that's so petty and wants revenge. They did everything to make it look like this is not who they are, but they are an evil devil and they know it, okay? They're just trying to get away with it. So your journey's over. It's done. Okay, they're not moving forward with this. There's no journey here. They're not going anywhere. Nothing's going to move forward for them now. All right. So let's see what else we need to know here. Hold on. So what else do we need to know about this delusional King of Cups? Okay, weird. When I just looked at photograph, I just saw or I heard photocopy, and that's next to a key. Did they make a copy of the key? Because there's something that they have in their possession. Is there a copy of the key? Did someone make a copy of the key? Buying. This was premeditated. Attack. Video. A video attack, an attack on video was premeditated. Buying. An attack on a video was premeditated. Something that they have in their possession. Yeah, evidence in their possession can be traced back. That's what came out in the last reading at the end. Is that they have evidence. Sorry, I know you just probably heard that. because of this microphone, sometimes you hear that. That was a little burp. I'm sorry. But they have evidence that can be traced back that they have in their possession. And it has to do with an attack on a video. Evidence in their possession can be traced back to a gift or a present. To a gift or a present. B, they sent someone a gift or a present. B, bell. Bell, like ringing the bell, ringing someone's doorbell. That was premeditated. Giving someone a gift or a present was premeditated. Buying someone a gift or a present was premeditated. What is that? Number 1, this has to do with compensation for a mother to commit perjury. Compensating someone to commit perjury by buying them a gift or a present. Okay. This has to do with an account or an accountant. Yes. The answer is yes to something here, to this betrayal. Yes. Yes, the betrayal was premeditated because somebody was compensated here to commit perjury. There was an attack on a video that was premeditated. This has to do with buying someone a gift. And somebody is in possession of the evidence that can be traced back. Or they wanted it to look like you were in possession of the evidence that can be traced back. Is that why they tried to break into your house? So they wanted it to look like you were in possession of something? Six. 1, 6, 6, 1, 61, 16. Device. The device, 1, 6, 6, 1. Undercover. A secret, no, a secret device. What is this, like an undercover listening device? Undercover device, a secret listening device, jurisdiction. You're protected by angels. You're protected by angels because of an undercover device. And this investigation, you're protected by angels in this investigation because of the jurisdiction of the investigation. And a breakup or a break-in. G, because G broke in, or said something about a breakup and somebody being at the hospital. Something about going to the hospital, being at the hospital. Medical records. There's medical records of you going to the hospital. There's a medical record of you going to the hospital for something. There's a medical, so maybe that's important for the date, like the date of you going to the hospital is in your medical records. Because that's when something happened, maybe, all right? Flying to the West Coast, airplane West Coast. So when you were flying, or you were on an airplane, or you were traveling here, something about the West Coast, you were traveling, they tried to use something. Why do I feel like they tried to use something that actually happened at a different date? And and there's medical records that prove when something happened, and that it might have been like, let's say like 6 months before they said it happened. You get what I'm saying? Like they came in and said, this just happened, but there's medical records that prove that happened before or something like that. I don't know. Social Security. Yes. Poison. B. A physical disease. It has to do with a physical disease. Maybe it's a baby. B for baby. A physical disease with a B, with B. A meeting. Taxes laced. This has to do with a meeting. Meeting someone about taxes. Meeting someone because of taxes? I don't know. Pharmaceutical drugs. A copycat, but P, a copy. They copied something with P, pharmaceutical drugs, PP. They copied something with P, copied something with a pregnancy, copied something with P. Something about medical records in a hospital. GPS tracking. GPS tracking. Someone being roofied. Backfire. Because of something backfiring when it comes to them trying to roofie you with pharmaceutical drugs. Laced. This has to do with a meeting where they tried to lace something. They tried to roofie you. And it backfired after a meeting with taxes, or a meeting about taxes. They tried to roofie you. They tried to lace something here. Roofied, it comes out again. They tried to roofie you. This was a trap, coerced, dark web, because they felt trapped with something they did on the dark web. Right. Evidence can be traced back to them. Right. So they tried to, I guess they bought something on the dark web. They tried to lace it, and they tried to roofie you with whatever this is. And then they felt trapped with whatever they did on the dark web. So they made a report. So they made a report or a testimony. So somebody testified and made a report about a ring or jewelry. They made a report about a ring or jewelry and a breakup because of something on social media, and somebody retired. Bad news. A, because they had something in their possession. Weed? Possessed by a demon. They have something in their possession. Weed. Bad news for A. because somebody retired, but they did something on social media, and so they made a report. Huh? Okay. About a doctor. About a doctor. That's for the case. So something about this investigation and this case, there's something about a doctor or the hospital. Something about a sacrifice was manipulated. What the fuck? The choice that someone made. C-O-O-C. Jealous. Amphetamine, pharmaceutical drugs, laced. It has something to do with a meeting, and somebody trying to lace pharmaceutical drugs into something and saying someone was jealous. What the fuck is that about a sacrifice, man? It has to do with a gift or a present. It was premeditated. Something about a gift or a present being premeditated. Something being laced with pharmaceutical drugs was premeditated. Because of a No. No? No what? L. Geolocation. L. Surveillance. This has to do with location surveillance. Okay, so it's about the present. It's about the present. This present was not given to you. This present was given to someone else to surveil your location. So this is like giving a present to a neighbor and asking them to surveil your location, surveil your home. That was the first step in their plan, was getting your neighbors involved or people that live close to you in your community. They did this by giving them a gift or a present. So you might have noticed that they gave them a gift or a present, right? Or maybe they rang your doorbell and then instead of giving you a gift or a present, they gave it to your neighbors, but they didn't want to ring the doorbell. Something like that, maybe. They gave your neighbors a gift or a present. And this was premeditated because whatever was in that gift or present, it must have been something like a letter asking them to watch your location. And this was premeditated because they were working themselves up to getting these people on their side to commit perjury. Is what I'm getting here. This was a step-by-step plan. This is like, let's say they give your neighbors a present in like February, March. And then in June, July, they try to roofie you and poison you and lace something into your food or drink. And then in October, they try to break into your house. You get what I'm saying? It feels like a premeditated setup plan that they try to gradually get your neighbors and people close to you on their side with lies. L. a doctor, again, a doctor, a meeting with a doctor, are a device. How did they know about a meeting with a doctor? Because of a device. Or there's something on a device about meeting with a doctor. This has to do with organized crime and malpractice. Malpractice with a doctor and organized crime. 3, 6, 1, and a friend wanting custody. This has to do with somebody wanting custody or having something in their custody. S, a friend. S, and a lawsuit. So S was helping a friend with a lawsuit for custody. And this has to do with a doctor and a meeting with a doctor with malpractice and something on a device. Okay. Mental illness. Meeting with a doctor over mental illness. Was this like a therapist or a psychologist? Hush money. Giving someone hush money to be a witness because of somebody being mentally ill. D. Can be traced back. Something can be traced back. Meeting with a doctor because of an illness. And pharmaceutical drugs. Meeting with a doctor, malpractice with pharmaceutical drugs can be traced back. Somebody having a mental illness? What the fuck is that? Oh. Somebody roofing someone. Oh no, you want to know what I feel like this is? I feel like it's whatever they bought off the dark web. Whatever they bought off the dark web can be traced back to them in some sort of way because I don't know how they got it, but they're scared of something being traced back to them because they bought it off the dark web. So I feel like they're trying to blame something on the dark web on a doctor, and they're trying to say, no, this didn't come from the dark web. We got it from a doctor, or someone got it from a doctor. G. Because whatever this is, they try to roofie you with it. So they're trying to set it up so it doesn't look like they try to roofie you with some sort of drugs. And they're trying to say that this has something to do with malpractice in a doctor, when I feel like whatever this drug is, it didn't come from a doctor at all. It came from the dark web, okay? They got it from the dark web. 7. Cover up. It's just a cover up. Betrayal, that somebody is possessed by a demon. Or the cover up has to do with possessing someone or having something in their possession. They're trying to cover up the fact that they have something in their possession. And I feel like it's drugs. They're trying to cover up the drugs in their possession. And they're trying to say it has something to do with a doctor or meeting a doctor. But dark web did come out, so I don't know. Something can be traced back to someone. So what else about that? Something can be traced back to someone. Custody. They're trying to cover something up here because of custody. Malpractice. With malpractice. FLD, DLF, DLF, LFD. Somebody that works a trade job, they're a mechanic, a handyman, an electrician. They're trying to cover something up that they helped with custody. A choice that they made with something on a video, because of something that's on a video. International bank account number. This is a narcissist. Okay. Crown chakra. What? It has to do with a wire. Placing a wire. Solar plexus. While someone was traveling, getting into your house to put a wire in your house while you're traveling. This was VH. Manipulation. Manipulation while someone is traveling to put a wire, to put a wire in someone's house. The meds. The doctor, the medication, taking someone off meds. Somebody off meds. Where's ex? Your ex? Someone's ex? International alcohol. National, international. Yes. Huh? Binding. Somebody tried to blame something on doctor malpractice, but it wasn't doctor malpractice. Something was not doctor malpractice. That's not what it was. That's how they tried to blame it on something, though. That's how they tried to frame it, but that's not what happened. They tried to say it was doctor malpractice, but that's not what it was. And this has to do with something on a phone and somebody being evicted, okay? Somebody being evicted. Something on a phone, someone being evicted. They tried to bind something to you on a phone. And this has to do with somebody being evicted, getting evicted. Doctor malpractice. No, these are all not your messages. This is not about you. Wait a minute. This doctor malpractice thing is giving me like somebody that tried to, like, if a family member passed away, somebody saying that it was doctor malpractice, you know, like that kind of a thing, right? But in this situation, it's like they're taking these phone conversations about something being doctor malpractice, which I feel like relates to a family member passing away. And they're trying to say it has something to do with pharmaceutical drugs. That they try to roofie you with. But again, those are like two completely different situations. Weird. Projecting. And I say it and projecting comes out. Exactly. This is projecting. This is definitely projecting. This is someone that is, this is not you. This doctor malpractice, this happened to someone else. This Queen of Pentacles reverse, King of Cups in reverse. Something that they did either against a doctor's orders, and then they turned around and tried to say it was doctor malpractice, even though it wasn't. Or something that they did with pharmaceutical drugs, and then they tried to say it was doctor malpractice when it wasn't, it was them. Or they're trying to blame some sort of drugs that they try to roofie you with on doctor malpractice, and they're using, again, it's like they're using those text messages from something to do with a family member or something like that, maybe. Because they don't want it to be traced back to them because it's from the dark web. I don't know, something like that maybe. Bacteria, virus, or mold. Antibiotics. Antibiotics. Again, or, you know, it's like some sort of conversations about antibiotics. And they're saying that it's some sort of heavy duty pharmaceutical drugs when it's just an antibiotic, you know? And they're like taking out the parts where we're talking about an antibiotic, and they're trying to blame it on some sort of, you know, doctor malpractice. They're trying to say it's like some sort of a heavy duty drug of some sorts, but it's not. It's just an antibiotic, if you want to put it that way, right? Thief, they're thieves, they're liars. They stole something. 8. And try to testify something about a violent crime. To make a testimony about a violent crime. A. They invaded your privacy here. S-A, death. S-A and death. Because I feel like this is what they had planned for you. So that was the original plan, right? The original plan was roofing you, essaying you, and then getting rid of you, right? That was the original plan, right? June, July, right? And when this one didn't work out, they went to privacy invasion October, right? 6 comes out again. Cyber stalking. W or M. And a dealer. VPN. And then they got onto, and then when they broke into your house, I guess, they got a VPN and they did some sort of dealing here. All right, a dealer. With an account. Yeah, because whatever drugs they try to roofie you with, again, I'm just going to keep saying June, July because it's giving me a plan over a year. It doesn't have to be those months for you, okay? It does not have to be, but I'm just giving you the timeline of it, right? They were in possession of these drugs that they tried to roofie you with, and it didn't work. So then they tried to make it look like a dealer or somebody's a dealer, all right? Because they didn't want it to be traced back to them that they try to roofie you with this, or they thought that they were safe buying drugs from a drug dealer because they had a VPN. They thought they were clean, or maybe they thought it wouldn't be traced back to them. No. Okay, never mind. You're saying no. All right, then what is it? L. Wire. Again, something about a wire. L, a wire. National. F and H. Something that was picked up on a wire. F and H. No, they heard you talking about this on a wire. They must have, there must be a fucking wire in your house, man. I don't know. There's something that they wired. There's something that they had some sort of a secret recording device on. And they must have heard you talking about the fact that you think they tried to roofie you with H and F. they heard you talk about the fact that you're pretty sure they tried to roofie you with H or F. The question R, the question about R, because of an investment into amphetamine. Investment into amphetamine. The question is HR. Hold on. Poison, agreement. They made an agreement to poison you. Yeah, they did. And an agreement for surveillance. Yeah, so they made an, like, again, I'm just going to keep going to the timeline. They made an agreement for surveillance, let's say, like I said, February, March. June, July, they try to do something to you. And you're talking about it in your home, and they pick up on it because of a wire surveillance. That you feel like they try to poison you. Computer or laptop. Maybe they're listening to you through your computer or your laptop. Okay, your microphone. And this has to do with taxes and E. This has to do with E and with taxes, because they're surveilling your computer or laptop or your microphone. And this is microphone, M for microphone, copycat. And this is how they're copycatting you with a microphone. That's what I feel. And this has to do with health insurance, a passport, and fentanyl. And you want to know why I feel like it's this? Is because they heard you talking about this. I don't even feel like it's health insurance. I feel like it's HE. HE and F, so it's like heroin, if you get what I mean, heroin. So why do I feel like the question is why? Why did you think it was heroin? It's like somebody offering you, like, let's say somebody offers you a drink, all right? They offer you something to drink, like, let's say they offer you a cup of coffee or something like that. And the coffee is like extremely bitter. Like extremely bitter. Like the most bitter coffee you've ever had in your whole life. And you take one sip of that and you're like, why the fuck is it so bitter? Why is this coffee so bitter? All right. This has to do with something that you were Google searching. Yeah, so maybe you then started to Google search and you're like, what kind of drugs are so bitter? Or is this drug bitter? Or what does this drug taste like? Because you just had somebody put something in your coffee that was extremely bitter and you picked up on it, right? And then you find out through Google that heroin is really bitter. And you're like, oh, interesting. Because that coffee tasted fucking bitter. Like extremely bitter, all right? Yes. Yes, that coffee or that drink, that coffee, whatever it was, Hitman. Yes, they did. That was a hit. That was definitely a hit on your life. If they try to give you something to drink or something to eat and that shit was bitter as hell, yes, there was some shit in there. Yes, there was. No coffee should taste bitter like that. It was bitter, all right, for someone here, or you tasted that shit and you were like, that tastes fucking weird. This does not taste normal. There's something here that tastes really fucking weird, all right? Not like it should at all. Oh, and there was evidence of them buying it. And there's evidence of them buying it. So that sucks for them, right? They try to give you some laced coffee that tastes fucking bitter or fucking whack. You take one sip and you're like, what the fuck was that? I'm not finishing that coffee because it's bitter as hell. And there's evidence of them buying whatever they put in your coffee. Put in your drink, put in your food. There's evidence of it apparently. Oh, yeah, I bet that scared them, right? And this has to do with someone working a trade job, a mechanic, an electrician, a handyman. And a custody case. Something about malpractice. Something about trying to blame it on someone else, saying something was malpractice. Why? A dirty crown chakra with a dirty official. So I don't know who you are, but your crown chakra is lighting up right now over a dirty official. Okay? A dirty official. Because of some sort of malpractice here with somebody working a trade job. And what they did while somebody went on vacation. Street drugs. Yeah, no. It wasn't pharmaceutical drugs. It wasn't pharmaceutical drugs. It was her. For someone here, they try to put her in your shit. Okay? And you'll know that it was her because it will be fucking bitter. Extremely bitter. All right? It was this shit and it wasn't no pharmaceutical drugs. Okay? And then they went in and then they had to use your Wi-Fi network and catfish. A Wi-Fi network and catfish profiling. That's the question. That was the question. Okay, I hope I answered it for someone here. About W or M, microphone or W, I don't know, debt, your debt. That was the question. About an investment that they made here with amphetamine. No, it wasn't amphetamine. It didn't, I mean, for someone here, you might have tasted that shit. I don't know what it was. All right. Investment with amphetamine. The question, what are they talking about, man? FA. AF. What is AF talking about, huh? What is Miss AF talking about here? What the fuck is Miss AF talking about here, okay? What is Miss AF talking about? Because for someone here, your food, you tasted it and it was like, that shit is fucking laced. That shit is fucking laced. All right. And this has to do with a testimony they tried to make over bacteria, virus, or mold. Or some sort of bacterial infection, antibiotics, it wasn't, bro, I'm telling you, for someone here, it's very clear that whatever they put in your drink, it's street drugs. That shit was not pharmaceutical, okay? That shit was not pharmaceutical. I feel like that's what they're trying to say it was, but it wasn't, because it can be traced back to them that they ordered some street drug shit off the dark web, okay? That shit was not pharmaceutical for someone here. It has to do with somebody driving to someone's house. Somebody driving to someone's house for a beauty treatment, okay? Your car. So you drove to someone's house here for a beauty treatment or for some sort of a beauty appointment, and that bitch tried to poison you. Okay? Catfish profile. Catfish profile. Hospital. Something about a catfish profile, a hospital, your location, you being at the hospital at a specific time during a catfish profiling thing here. That's the answer for the police. Here you go, police. There's your answer. All right. There's your answer. To what? I don't know. The answer is there's a medical record of you being at the hospital at a specific time of something happening that they then tried to say happened at a later date, but it didn't happen at a later date. It happened way before, okay? There's some sort of a video of an attack that they premeditated, but it doesn't match up with when something actually happened to you, okay? Catfish profile doesn't match up. It won't match up to the medical records. And whatever was in your drink, that shit was bitter as hell. Definitely not a pharmaceutical drug, all right? And they heard you talking about something with like hair on a wire, apparently. And then they tried to blame it on malpractice, all right? Well, I think that's it, right? I think we got everything. West Coast, something that happened on the West Coast, or when you were on the West Coast, or someone was traveling, or someone from the West Coast, okay? International bank account number binding. IB, exposed. Now you're exposed, okay? They're exposed and they're intimidated. They're bound to something because of money. And the question was about somebody having an injury, somebody who's a trade job. No, they try to blame it on someone who works a trade job having an injury. That's what they try to blame it on. They try to blame it on someone who has a trade job, who works a trade job and has an injury, and they try to blame it on some sort of antibiotics, but that's not that. I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute. Was whatever was laced into Collective's drink or food, was it street drugs or was it pharmaceutical drugs? All right. It was malicious intent with an online business. There's a money or a paper trail here with a deposit. H, husband. S, sexting. Cocaine. Is that a pharmaceutical drug? I'm pretty sure cocaine is not a pharmaceutical drug, okay? Selling cocaine. Committing perjury at a home where they tried to prosty in a hospital, okay? They tried to get someone to look like a prosty when they invited someone to a home for a beauty treatment, all right? But they tried to roofie you and it didn't work. With H.